Welcome to Silver Lining with Shreya. I'm your host Shreya Baronia, an author and a self-love coach. In this podcast, we learn one lesson every week which takes us closer to finding our silver linings. Hi Prateek, welcome to Silver Lining with Shreya. We are glad to have you on our show.
Thank you so much, Shreya. I was really looking forward for this, and since so many days, I was excited and very curious that what questions would you ask and how would this go. And I have done a few interviews before, but since I've read a lot about you, I was, even more, I think, excited.
How was your lockdown?
Yeah, lockdown. I mean, it was good in the first half. It was not so good in the second. The first half, I did a few courses. I did this digital marketing course, Google Unlocked, and then I did this SEO course from Udemy. So I did a few courses that I also was doing my job. But in the second half, I lost my job due to the layoffs. So my company did not make any revenue and I had to leave it. I was asked to step out. So second half did not so good. I mean, it wasn't so good for me. But the first half did well. Learning different courses. I'm right now doing that SEO course from Udemy, and I'm freelancing as an SEO article writer on the Fiverr. Then I'm trying to update all the things, all my social media channels, and updating my resumes, and trying to make my house entirely clean, which is never, which doesn't happen usually in the entire year. So this is the time when I'm actually utilizing to fix things, to clean things, as well as to upgrade my knowledge and whatever the social media handles and everything else is there. So that's how it is.
So how are you managing? Because the lockdown is pretty long, so how are you managing with all the job? I mean, do you have savings or you're, doing some freelance and all?
Yeah, I'm doing freelancing. So I'm writing SEO articles. I get some projects through Fiverr, and also yeah. And I previously I was a mentor at Haygot Education, but then I had to leave the job. But the students are still there, right? So students, they still study and they're still getting some difficulties while they're studying. So they contact me through the Call Me For app. So I've tried to go off the edge and make my own mentoring. No, I cannot say it as a firm, but freelance mentoring I can say. So they call me through that app, and I try to guide them as much as possible. I just share my experiences, though I'm not that knowledgeable to guide anyone, but they're happy with whatever I do, whatever the experiences that I share. So that is how I'm managing mentoring plus freelancing. And yeah, it's not as good as before, but it is still fine.
At least you found your way, because there are so many people who are also, they lost their job before the lockdown and during the lockdown. And one of my friends, she left her previous firm and she was about to join this new company, but still she hasn't received her offer letter because everything has been postponed. So there are so many people who are facing a lot of challenges because of the lockdown.
Not a lot of people are, but the right phrase could be everyone is facing some difficulties. When there are people who are facing much more difficulties than us. I mean, the people whose some of their relatives, suppose, or any of their relatives have met unfortunately with the death, so they cannot even attend the last rites of those family members. And I think it's extremely, I don't even have the word for it. It's worse than painful and excruciating, and it could be very hard for them. So at least we are at a better position.
Exactly, that's what I meant.
Everyone suffering from something in the lockdown, and I mean, we have to find a way in the end. When you don't have a chance, then the only chance you have is how you react and how strong you become. So that's that, I guess.
That's so true. And you know what? I know that I didn't mean that that you people, like people who are struggling with jobs, are really going through some really tough time, but everyone is facing these challenges, and people who are struggling with their careers are actually in a better shape because they have other things to look up to. But then there are people who are actually struggling at this time. Like the laborers, they are not home. The migrants,
Yeah,
people who
yeah.
don't have a
Right.
roof, and with the cyclone hitting up Mumbai and Maharashtra, an
Mm,
earthquake
mm,
in the northern states, it's pretty messed up,
mm.
right now. So I don't know how people are dealing with these stuffs.
I mean, like the only way that we are left now is how we react to it. So we cannot control it. We cannot change it. Nobody has the power to, you know, like curb those cyclones or curb the earthquakes. But how you react in those situations is what matters, I guess. I mean, even the Maharashtra, there was so much heat. Now I don't know how it was in the rest of the India, but in at least in Maharashtra, it was so hot over here. And I mean, the last few days, not the last few days actually, last few weeks have been extremely troublesome. And in my at my
Hmm.
home there's a cooler, and because of certain issues, mm, I mean, we could not repair it, and outside even the shops were closed. So there were certain issues like this. I have my job. I mean, I had my
Hmm.
job. I had to do some work, some freelancing work, and I could not even find a comfortable place at home because it was
Hmm.
heating up so much. And we only had this fan which was, giving the hot air, and we had to work in that. But previously, when I look back, it was a pretty. I was in a pretty better position. Like I used to sit in my AC office and I used to work comfortably, and still I used to take it for granted. But when I realized, okay, things could be worse, then I feel that okay, the
Hmm.
previous one which I was doing and which I was
Hmm.
taking for granted was a lot better than what it is right
Absolutely.
now. So I think we should not take even this thing for granted, because we will be happy, or we will be wanting to have
Hmm.
this state right now if we are facing some more harder difficulties. So I think rather than mourning, rather than lamenting about it, we should find a way, and we should just be grateful for whatever it is. And
Yeah,
that is at least my way.
absolutely.
I mean,
That's
I
what I
do
told
towards
my
that.
clients and my friends, that the only thing that can help us right now is gratitude. It's being staying
And staying
positive, being
positive. Yeah.
grateful for what we have, and staying
Yeah.
humble. You need to just be
Yeah.
happy with the basic things. You need to understand that you getting to listen to this podcast, and you sitting at your home with a proper internet connection, that's
Yeah.
everything. Not
Yeah.
a lot of people have that.
Seriously, seriously. I mean, even right now, as I was saying you some time ago, that I was facing severe internet
Yeah.
connectivity issues. Like I have the deadline. The client says that okay, I need this SEO article
Hmm.
within 2 days. Okay, so और मेरा internet connection इतना low होता है कि I cannot upload it until 9 p.m. In the night, because I'm living
Hmm.
in Nanded right now, and also in the corner of a Nanded. So Nanded
Okay.
is a small town already, and in the corner of it means the
Hmm.
connectivity is very low, and the only fine internet connection, that is
Hmm.
okayish internet connection, I get it 1 mbps is at night after 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and I have to work the entire night actually, and I sleep in the mornings. So even when you had called me and you had said, okay, what would be the
Hmm.
suitable time to have the interview or the podcast, I told, okay, you can
Hmm.
call me anytime after 10, and till early morning, because I sleep at 5. So because of these net issues and all of that, so I think मतलब हाथ में
Seriously.
नहीं है ना, तो क्या करें, मतलब you have to
Exactly.
find a way somehow and do it. But I'm very curious to know about you, Shreya. Ki how are you going through this lockdown? How are things happening with you? What were um, the negative things that happened, and how are you tackling
First
it?
of all, like I told you, gratitude is been saving me since a very long time, and I'm seriously very grateful because
Mm-hmm.
I work in Bangalore. I was in Bangalore, and I got to know about coronavirus, and this is happening, that is happening, and I anticipated the lockdown way back. I don't know. I had this feeling that soon they're gonna ban traveling, and they're gonna stop people from coming out of their houses, and everything is going to go in a lockdown. So
Mm-hmm.
I, I,
Mm-hmm.
I had a conversation with my boss, and I told my HR that I, my mom is pretty worried, and since I stay alone and I don't have anyone else to, yeah, I in
Asha, you stay
Bangalore I
alone.
stayed alone. So I did.
Okay. And
My
where does
family
your
stays
parents
in
stay?
Bhopal.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a very
So
long
my
distance.
mom asked me to come back home so that I
Achha.
can at least, be at home, have
Mhm.
ghar ka khana, be with them. So I had a conversation with my
Mhm.
HR,
Mhm.
and I was ready to,
Mhm.
I was ready to leave the company because I so wanted to come home. But then they were like, they understood the situation
Mhm.
and they were kind enough to give me a long work from home way before work from home was normal. So I got lucky there, and then the very next day,
Mhm.
you know, I booked my flight, and after 2 days, I was on my way to
Mhm.
Bhopal. So I
Mhm.
came home.
So you're
Yes,
right now
I
in
am.
Bhopal?
Yes, I am in Bhopal. That's the reason you could hear my
Great,
dog,
great,
and
great.
that's why there's so many. Yeah.
Acha, okay.
So it's going
Acha, acha,
pretty
acha.
well for me because before this lockdown, I
Uh,
hadn't had the chance to visit home for 6 months. So it was a long duration.
oh.
So we got
Mhm.
reunited because of the lockdown, and I get to stay with my family and doing the same job in Bhopal,
Mhm.
working from home.
Mhm.
And after that, I
Mhm.
do my podcast, I do my videos, and I'm reading a lot of books
Mhm.
because the amount of time that I'm saving in commuting and prepping for dinner and ordering food.
Yeah,
Now I'm
time of
utilizing
traffic.
all these hours in being productive and creating content and improving myself. So for me, lockdown has been a bliss. Although there are days when like I'm that kind of a person who loves planning. Since I love journaling and planning,
Yeah.
I really like having the feeling that I know what I'm going to do tomorrow or where I will be in 2 months or in 3 months, like planning my vacation and everything else. But because of the lockdown, I
Mhm.
am unable to do so. So that's something that's bothering me a
Mhm.
little, but I think it doesn't even matter. Like I told you, I'm really grateful for my health
Mhm.
and for wherever I am right now. So it's been a blessing for me.
So, so in a nutshell, you have been lucky during the lockdown. You have been very few who were lucky
Yeah,
during the lockdown, isn't it?
actually, yeah.
And also, you were talking about the plans. I mean, you like planning, and 2 months prior to
Hmm.
the holidays, and 2 months prior to 2 months and years, I think, whatever. So, I want to know ki, how do you how do you react, or how do you bounce back when your plans get disrupted? My
Hmm.
plans never work out though, and I mean, I generally do things spontaneously. I'm extremely disorganized, and I just whenever whenever someone blames me for being disorganized, I just say that, okay, creative people are disorganized. You wouldn't understand. So I try to give such creative excuses to them. But I want to know, Kila, how do you react when the plans go wrong, and 80% does 80% of your plans go right, and how do you deal with it when they get disrupted? So do you have the backup plans, or
You
how it
won't
is? I
believe
mean,
it, but today only I was going through my journal and I was checking my plans for May. So my plan for May was to post 4 videos and 4 podcast episodes, and there were some more I can't recall. And out of all those 5, I could
mhm.
only manage to do 2. Okay, and then I was
Oh, okay.
thinking whether I should feel bad about it or whether I should be happy that I managed to do something. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
planning is not always to make your plan successful. Sometimes it's just a way to tell you that, okay, these are the things that you need to do. So I take it in a very different
Cool, nice.
perspective. Like, I wanted to write my first book way before it actually happened,
Mhm.
like way before it materialized. It was in my mind since a very long
Mhm.
time. So if I didn't plan on writing the book, I wouldn't have a book under my name. But just because I planned, I wrote that book, and I
Mhm.
published it and people loved it. So planning is not about making that plan successful. It's about just writing it down and letting your brain and mind see it every now and then, so you know that okay, this needs to get done, this is your priority. So it's just like prioritizing on a paper. So that's how I take my plannings.
Mhm. Lovely, lovely. I'm actually learning this. I mean, I did not have that,
Hmm.
how do I say, insight of the plannings that it could go like this. I mean, I used to plan. I was a person who used to plan consistently and make strategies and everything during my 11th and 12th standard. But then life happened while I was busy making other plans. And after that, I was so broken emotionally and all of that. I did not actually started. I mean, I never attempted to plan again. I was just going spontaneously, however things were. But yeah, I really love this attitude. You do not have to like execute all your plans, but planning will just give
A
you a way,
direction,
right?
yes.
A direction. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I would again start planning actually by listening to you. I must thank you for
You're
this.
welcome. I'm glad it helped you. And it's sometimes you just have to be happy with whatever you have achieved and not what you want to achieve. Because when if we don't have that kind of mindset, that then we're gonna feel really bad about ourselves. And I was in that stage, when I would think about not posting. Let's say I wanted to post 8 videos in a month, that is 2 videos per week, and if I couldn't post it, so I would feel really bad, and I would think about stop making videos. I would think about leaving my YouTube channel in the middle. But then
Mhm.
my mindset changed completely. I don't know. I read something, or I heard someone say something about focusing on how far you have come and not how long you have to go. So then I started noticing on how many videos I have posted and how many podcasts I have posted. And instead of
Nice.
counting what I haven't
Mhm.
done, I focused on what I have done. So that was a life changing,
Lovely. Nice
uh, mindset shift
moment
for
for you.
me.
Mhm. Nice, sir. I'm learning a lot from this podcast. I'm sure the viewers also, not the
The
viewers, sorry. What do you
listeners,
call it? The
yes,
listeners, yeah. The listeners would also be, the listeners would also be
definitely.
learning a
Now,
lot from
now
this.
I think you need to
And
introduce yourself. You need to tell people who are you. Like, please tell us about you now.
I was a student mentor, sorry. So at Haygot Education, but right now I mentor students out of complete interest and out of that hunger of knowledge from them. So I'm a student mentor and I'm also a novelist. And my first novel, One Step Short to the Moon, IIT versus Love. That is the journey of IIT JEE and NEET aspirants. Like you must be knowing, every year more than 1 million people appear for the JEE. Similar amount of people appear for the NEET. Similar amount of people appear for the UPSC. But then you must also be knowing that the IITs, they just have 15,000 seats. Okay, the 2022 IITs that we have, I've forgotten the number, but I guess it's 2022. They only have 15 to 16,000 seats in them. And the people who make it to IIT, the people among 1 million who make it to IIT, they become overnight mini celebrities in their town. An example, a piece of pride. But what about the rest 9,50,000 plus people who give their best and yet fail to achieve their dream? What about them?
Yeah.
What about their story? Is their story not worthy enough to be listened to? So, my novel is the story of those people who gave their best and yet fell one step short to the moon. So, it is dedicated to those who gave their best and yet couldn't achieve their dream, and also to those who, at some point in their life, loved someone truly. So that is what my novel is about. And yeah, so student mentor, novelist, a freelancer on the Fiverr.
Yeah.
I write SEO articles. So that is what is happening right now. And apart from that, I about me, I can say is that I'm a person who works extremely hard on things that I really care about and the things in which I'm extremely interested into. So I'm that kind of a person. If you ask me just in 2 words, how can you express yourself? I would say I'm persistent, and I'm tranquil. Outside forces do not affect me at all. You would be really surprised to know this, but I do not really get angry. I mean, most of the times, and so I can say ki, if you ask what will be the two words that would best describe you, I would just say persistent,
Okay.
and tranquil. So yeah, that was that about me.
Also, how did you start writing this book? Tell us about your journey.
The journey, I actually recited it twice today. Yeah. So what had happened is in the 11th and 12th, I was introduced to so many things. Okay, like I was not that kind of a planning person. As I told, I have always been this spontaneous, disorganized person. But in 11th standard, I wished to go to Narayana, Hyderabad, to study for the IIT JEE. I had like listened to a lot of stories of the IITians while I was in my school. Our sir used to tell us, and also there had some when there were some guest invitees, and they were talking about their experiences. एक मेरा भैया था जो नासा में काम करता था. He was a graduate in aeronautics from IIT Kharagpur. तो फिर दूसरे जो भैया थे भाभा एटॉमिक रिसर्च है ना, वहाँ पर काम करते थे. He was some chemical engineer from some IIT. तो we had listened to them and we had seen कि उनको कितना respect मिल रहा है. The girls are also kind of, how do I say, going gaga over them, and there are teachers who are giving them the flowers, and everywhere they were kind of celebrities, and everyone was respecting them, and they were also very proud of what they were doing. And I thought कि यार फिर ये aim अपने को रखना है. मुझे भी ऐसा ही बनना है कुछ. और they had only one thing in common. They were all IITians. So I thought कि नहीं, अभी अपने को IIT में ही करना है. So because I had seen that, because I had closely seen that the respect that they were getting, and the proudness that their eyes were showing. I'm so proud of what I am doing. So I thought कि नहीं, ये करना है. So 11th standard I went to that coaching institute, and a lot of things happened. I mean, it was completely unexpected start of what I had thought it was. I mean, I was a topper in my school for 8 long years. I mean, for 8 years there was no one who actually came to the top except me. So I was super confident that I will be able to do this, I will be able to crack this. But when I went over there, people used to give answers even before I could jot down the question. So they were extremely sharp people, and I had to work extremely hard to come to their level. And I did work, and in the end I did come to their level, and I surpassed their level also. I was so good. I had become so good. I was not good. So I had become so good by practicing, by being persistent, by working extremely hard. I used to go to classes in the morning at 5:30. My class used to start at 6. So 5:30 में जाके थोड़ा सा revise कर लेता था मैं आधा घंटा. And my classes used to go from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock उसके 11 to 12 we used to have the break. And after that, from 12 o'clock to night 11 o'clock, we used to we used to sit in the classes. We were made to sit in the classes, and we were made to study. So it was such hectic. So morning 6 to 11 we used to sit in the classes only. And I genuinely was from among the very few who genuinely studied in those hours, and who genuinely felt that I'm here to serve some purpose, and I have some purpose for coming here. And my parents have invested so and so amount in the coaching class, and I have to give justice to that. And I studied for 2 years, but then something happened in the end, which I'm not very comfortable to talk about. So I couldn't make it to the IIT, and so that hit me, and I felt extremely, how do I say, extremely broken. I mean, I had nothing left. My parents, they were simple teachers, and they had invested 4 lakhs into my coaching for 2 years. So I had lost a huge amount of money, 4 lakh rupees. Then I had lost the expectations of my parents. I had lost the expectations of my friends. There was 3 to 4 friends who used to support me a lot, and who used to call me a future IIT, and they used to be like, okay, this guy will make our name proud and make our group's name proud, and something like that. And I thought I had betrayed to them. Also, I had seen my sister's eyes getting watery when she actually heard about the result, and when she knew that my brother had studied a lot. So that then led to me gulping down sleeping pills, and a lot of things happening, and again, which you will read in the novel, and which you may not believe if I say it here. तो वो सब सारी चीजें हो गई थी उस टाइम पे. And I went to a normal college then, as I could not make it there. And went to a normal college, and I got to know that, dude, this is not just my story. I mean, there are so many people who have gone through the same things. There are so many people who are in depression. There are so many people who are attached to that IIT dream, who are attached to that NEET, that MBBS wala dream, who are attached to that IAS wala dream, and who were like struggling for years and years, and they couldn't make it, and they were going through the same thing. Same depression है, same वही क्या बोलते हैं उसे, तो वो होता है ना कि you were expecting something to happen, and you believed that the secret of that Rhonda Byrne, and Byrne, how do you pronounce, I don't know, so Rhonda Byrne, and you felt that, okay, I will be dreaming about this, and I will be working extremely hard towards that dream, and I worked also. But in the end, when you couldn't get that, you go into that certain kind of despondency, feel hopelessness, and you don't feel that you should get up in the morning and you should go to work or you should go to college. So literally in my first year of college, I just used to, I think, sleep, not sleep though, I just used to lay on my bed and think about all the things that had gone wrong, and why I was such a big failure. And during that time I got introduced to so many people who are just like me. तो डिप्रेशन में है, स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं, ये सब सारी चीजें. तो आई थॉट कि यार हमको मतलब वी शुड राइट अ स्टोरी अबाउट दिस. कि मतलब nobody writes about this, कि the people who couldn't make it, nobody gives a damn about us. They only think about, they only talk about, they only give respect to, they only give a duck about the people who made it. But what about the people who didn't? What about us who were laying on the bed even after giving our best? But because there were only limited seats, 15,000. So even if everyone is talented, even if everyone is hardworking, we would still not be able to go into, because तुम्हारे seats ही limited है. हम कहीं और ही पैसे डाल रहे हैं एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट्स में, हम तो डाल ही नहीं रहे हैं. तो हमारे तो सीट्स ही लिमिटेड है ना, तो उसमें हमारी गलती नहीं है. बट देन यू एट दैट एज यू फील लाइक इट्स योर ओन मिस्टेक. सो दैट हैड हैपेंड, एंड आई थॉट आई शुड राइट, because I was also wanting myself to distract from all the suicidal thoughts. I did not want to do it again and again, because I'd already failed once. So I thought कि नहीं, and I started writing then just to distract myself. To be honest, I did not have that aim of making a novel and it being read by a lot of people. ऐसा कुछ aim नहीं था. I just wrote it in the start. So after 4 months, when I completed writing more than like 300 pages, I went to my mentor, the same guy who was working in the, like, who was an IITian and who had come to my school and all of that. I went to him. He was my mentor also. I told him कि भैया ऐसे एक स्टोरी वगैरह लिखा है मैंने, तो आप मुझे पढ़ के बताएंगे क्या, कैसा है. So I just wanted to want him to read it, because I felt like he was a great person, and I would be really happy if he read it, my work. That was that naive, and I went to him and I said कि भैया would you please read. He said कि dude, yeah, मेरा कुछ मुझे कोई ऑफर आया है जॉन्स हॉपकिंस यूनिवर्सिटी से, तो उसके कुछ मेरे को डॉक्यूमेंट्स कराने हैं थोड़े, उसमें मैं हूँ अभी. 15 दिन के बाद पढ़ता हूँ मैं, तब तक 15 days later I'll come back to you, promise. He said okay. I said okay. But he replied me back in 4.5 hours, and I said that, dude, this is fantastic. I mean, he said कि I actually just riffled through the first page, and the first page interested me. So I thought कि okay, I should read the second, and then I thought कि okay, थोड़ा सा और पढ़ लेता हूँ, थोड़ी सी relatable लग रहा है. तो मैंने तीसरा पढ़ा, चौथा पढ़ा, and then I couldn't stop myself. I read the whole book. So within 4.5 hours he got back and he said कि we should make a novel. ये जो है, we should make a novel. This is very good. Okay. But this is extremely, how do I say, in a natural format with a lot of grammatical mistakes into it. But we will make it, we'll refine it. तो तुम मुझे थोड़ा सा टाइम दो अभी, मैं तो अभी वो यूनिवर्सिटी में अप्लाई कर रहा हूँ. एंड सॉरी, उनको कुछ ऑफर लेटर आ गया था या कुछ ऐसा था. तो he said कि we'll get back. And then after 2-3 days, he introduced me to that guy called Chitrang Murdia. You must have heard of him. So he was the All India Rank 1 2014 JEE Advanced में, and then he was the only guy who had got computer science in IIT Bombay, जहाँ पे तुमको 1-2 करोड़ के पैकेजेस मिलते हैं. ओके, 1-2 करोड़ का उतने पैकेजेस मिलते हैं. And he was like, I want to drop it and I want to take physics in IISc. So people, he was extremely, how do I say, passionate about what he wanted to do, and people were sort of accusing him. and calling him a foolish person to be dropping from IIT Bombay computer science, because that's the dream place. That's the dream place of every Indian, sort of, because we can also cross verify whatever we have written in the novel is right or not. So then he came, then he read the novel, he also loved it. Then my confidence got boosted कि यार जब ऑल इंडिया रैंक 1 ने पढ़ के बोला है कि दिस इज रियली गुड, तो फिर आई थॉट कि मतलब इसको तो फिर वी हैव टू पुट इट आउट and this will be the next big thing, is what I was thinking at that time. So that happened then, and after that like I had made my mind this is the next big thing. I'll just forget whatever happened before, and this will be my next big thing. तो उसके बाद में I got to know that there are more than 20,000 publishers in India, but there are only 10 publishers whose books actually go to the bookstores, the physical bookstores. There are only 10. Okay. So then I started approaching those 10. But at that time, I did not have a big name like Chitrang Bhaiya or like Madhur Bhaiya. So, and even my marketing budget was low. So they had told me to send 3 chapters of the novel. Then they had told me to send a presentation of the marketing, of how will you do the marketing and all. And then they had asked me to send my author bio so that they check how many followers does he have, how much following, how much reader base does it have. And I had nothing at that time. So I was made to wait and wait for 6, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months. I sent them reminder after reminder. 1 year passed by, no reply from 10 publishers, not one. I did not get reply from 10 publishers. Like, at least tell that no, कि नहीं तुम्हारी पसंद नहीं है बुक, घटिया है, दूसरे पब्लिशर के पास ले जाओ, ऐसे बोलो तो, मतलब at least give me some answer. I told them in the reminder कि dude, sir, at least reply to me. At least tell if you did not like the book. But they never replied. And so 1 year went by in that thing only, reminders and all that. After that, then Chitrang Bhaiya actually said that, okay, this is my book, and he sent it to a publisher. And then we got accepted when he sent the same thing which I had written. Okay, so he said ki this is written by me. He just said ki okay, till the contract we'll do this. Once we are getting the contract, we'll reveal to them that okay, this is not written by me, it's written by someone else, but we'll support him. So he then helped a bit, and it got selected actually. So when Chitrang sent it with a large amount of following, and at that time then it was approved. So फिर I was made to sign a contract. मैं sign फिर contract कर दिया. They were all okay with it कि it was not written by him, it was written by me, and they were also happy कि these guys helped in how they are and all of that. So वो sign contract करने के बाद में they told that Pratik, we will touch your book, like we will take your book once the pending books are completed. मतलब जो pending books हैं पहले ये publish होने के बाद में फिर हम तुम्हारे book को publish करते हैं, तो तब तक तुम्हारी book pipeline में रहेगी. No, so this is not the publisher that published me actually.
Okay.
So अभी story बाकी है. So yeah, what happened is I signed the contract with them, and then they said कि okay, जब तक हमारे pending books publish नहीं होते हैं बाकी के हम तुम्हारी book का हम we cannot publish your book. So I said okay sir, I thought कि okay, it will take 2-3 months to publish their pending books. Then after 2-3 months I thought कि okay, it might take 6 months. After 6 months, I was like kind of, coming into the same stage before, okay, the same stage of hoping and getting my hopes crashed. So 1 year passed by. I also sent them reminders, but they were like, sir, the books that came before you actually did not get published yet. All of them have not published. That's the reason we are not taking your book right now. Please be patient. Please be patient is what they sent to me for 1 year. After 1 year, I was extremely angry because I was patient for 1 year, and at that time I discovered that okay, I am the person who can also get angry. So I was angry at that time, and I told them that sir, just we'll just remove, or we'll just break the contract. Okay, I do not want to be in your contract anymore. I'll publish my book myself, or I'll go to some other publisher. I do not want to do it here. I'm waiting for 1 year and you're just fooling me. And maybe you wouldn't have fooled if it was really Chitrang, if it is not me. But you're fooling me, sir. They were like, no, sir, no, be patient. But at that time, I'd lost my patience. So I hired a lawyer and we filed a case against them because they were not taking me seriously and they were not even breaking the contract. So we filed a case, and I got my rights back, and the contract was broken. And I had to also lose a lot of money in that process. Case करने में, lawyer का फीस अलग ही, कंसल्टेशन उनका अलग ही, और नोटिस बनाने का पैसा अलग ही. And I'd also because I was how do I say, I was very much in rage and I was not trusting anyone. So I thought I should hire a Supreme Court lawyer. So I wanted to just get rid of them. I hired the Supreme Court lawyer, and whatever the savings that I had, everything went away in that getting my rights back. So I hadn't even sold them. I had not taken any money from them. So I had to lose a lot of money, and then I got my rights back. So then I went to a normal publisher, the current one, the Vanity one, and we published the book. So this was the whole journey, and yeah, it took 3.5 years to get my book published. 3.5 years actually.
Yeah. I know it sounds scary, but there are plenty of ways to do that, and the
Yeah.
best one is Amazon self-publishing. You don't need anyone. You can publish your own book, so don't lose hope.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This was back in 2015.
No, I'm
Okay.
just
So this is 2020 now, and things have progressed a lot, and So at that 2020, you did not have a lot of social media. No, yeah, I'm telling this to the listeners only. I'm not telling this to you. The listeners only, like you should not get scared, as Shreya told, okay? Because this was way back when we did not have that much of an access. We did not have that much of the tools to format your book and put it out and to distribute all over India. We did not have at that time. But today, it's after 5 years, you can do it all on your own. And the KDP team also, the Amazon KDP team also, is extremely helpful, extremely supportive. You can call them anytime and they'll be be there for you, guide you. Writing plus great marketing is a lot better and works a lot better and is much more successful than great writing plus okay marketing. Okay, so you have to be a great marketer. Even though you are a great writer, even though you're a Shakespeare, in this world right now, in this century, you have to be a great marketer also. Otherwise, your books are going to struggle, no matter how good you have written. This is what at least my personal opinion is from all the experiences.
I think for me, it has to be marketing is everything.
Yeah, it really is. I did not know this back then, but today, seriously, I mean, marketing, even you can really sell stones as there is this Hindi कहावत
You can
I think वो बोलते हैं कुछ था यार, I don't know the Hindi कहावत I've forgotten, but they say कि जो बोलने वाला होता है उसके stones भी बिक जाते हैं, but जिसका नाम नहीं होता है, जो बोलता नहीं है, उसका सोना भी नहीं बिकता है, something like that. So you have to go out, you have to talk about your product, you have to market it a lot, you have to make a name, and then you can, even if you
I think
like tomorrow if Deepika Padukone writes nursery rhymes, even that will be super successful because she is Deepika Padukone. And that's why all these big publishers are going to take, they take celebrities over you. They do not really, give a lot of care, as I already told. If you're not a celebrity, if you do not have, followers in thousands, then they do not invest time in you. Nor time, nor energy, nor money. So they'll just give you assurances as they had given me, ki we'll do this and we'll do that. And ultimately, they will just, it's their business plan. Ki they make you wait and wait and wait. And in the end, they say, ki, okay, now that you want to jump out of the pipeline, now that you want to get your book published as soon as possible, pay us 80,000 rupees or pay us 90,000 rupees and we would be able to take your book ahead in the pipeline. So that is what their business strategy is actually. So वो ऐसे करते हैं तुमको, मतलब, yeah, it's just, you would go to them by saying that, sir, this is extremely helpful for the students. That is what I said. Okay, sir, it's going to be extremely helpful for students. It's their story. I've put so much time and energy and efforts into this. I've really ducked up my engineering and I was the topper all through my school, and I also performed very well in 11th and 12th. But during the engineering, because I gave a lot of time to this writing, I messed up my scores. And this book is everything. I would give my sweat and blood and tears to it, even after it is published, and I would market it. And I gave them a lot of assurances, promises. Also, I gave them promises about the figures. But then, until and unless you're not a person of a very high status, they won't take your promises seriously. Okay, and it's not their fault, I guess, because they may have given chance to someone who could not do well. And selling books is a huge challenge. Okay, like huge challenge. I mean, selling books. There are so many people who don't even know that books are meant to be bought. They are like, they come to me and they say कि सर तुम्हारा PDF क्यों नहीं है इंटरनेट पे? मैं ऐसे कि PDF क्यों होगा इंटरनेट पे? They are like, सर बाकी सबके तो PDFs होते हैं, आपको नहीं पता क्या PDF कैसा करना है इसका? And I'm like, dude, I know how to make PDFs, and like, and it's my, I have to explain in small the entire story. Dude, I've put three and a half years into this project, almost 3.5 years, and it's my my work and my everything. And how can I just give it out for free to anyone? Because apart from this, what else do I really have? So they are like, okay, sir, and then they will, the enthusiasm will drop when you will tell them that, okay, you'll have to buy it to read it. But they come and they, like, I get so many messages daily, on the daily basis. I'm saying, कि sir, they come and ask कि sir इसका PDF नहीं है क्या? And ऐसे कैसे सर, हमने तो बहुत ढूंढा, बाकियों के तो PDFs है, एनी बुक्स पे तो बाकी का सबका मिलता है सर, आपका कैसे नहीं मिलता है? तो I'm like, नहीं यार, ऐसे नहीं मिलते तुमको PDF. That is all pirated things that you get in the PDF format. I mean, I do not know any writer who would make his book into PDF format and just give it out for free. So they all are pirated versions, and you have to respect the writer, respect his work. And it's how much? My book just costs equal to half a pizza. So you must be spending 225 rupees on a pizza, right? In McDonald's, on a medium pizza. So if you spend half of that amount, you will buy my book, you will get my book. So when it's half a price of the pizza, why do you have to hesitate so much? And it's going to help you. It's going to like enlighten you, or also going to give you a dosage of laughter and reminiscence of memories. So I think you should go and buy it out. It's not a big deal, but people make it seem like a big deal. कि dude, book buy करते हैं क्या? They are like, book भी buy करते हैं क्या? Like, हाँ, अभी करना पड़ता है. बाकी कोई मतलब, I don't know. I do not have the other methods to make it available for it, because I also have to give a certain amount of royalty to the publishers and distributors. So I cannot pay that royalty and give the book for free, because मुझे आपको अगर बुक देना है तो मुझे उन पब्लिशर्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स को 65 रुपए पे करने पड़ेंगे, क्योंकि वो उनका रॉयल्टी जाता है पर बुक से. तो है ना, it's difficult actually. Selling books is very hard.
So, what do you think? What was your plan after the book and after it came out? How was the response and what did you do?
For the first 15 days, I did not say about the book to anyone. And this is extremely weird. But at that time, I was having my final year examinations. And I had 5 backlogs. So 5 backlogs and 5 current subjects. So total 10 subjects I had to give. And there was extreme pressure. I did not want to get distracted. So for first 15 days, I did not do anything. So my publisher shouted at me, and I was getting emails every day. What the duck are you doing? I mean, like the book is out and you're not publishing it. You're not promoting it on your platform. And I was like, sir, please hold on a minute. I'll do it. So for 15 minutes, I was simultaneously replying to my publisher's emails and distributors' emails, and I was also concentrating on my exams. So first 15 days I didn't do anything, but after that, when I told it to my friends, my closest friends, and also to my followers on my Quora blog, instantly within 3 days 100 books went. So within 3 days 100 books got sold among my friends and among the Quora blog. I mean, I had pretty high expectations from my Quora blog, to be very honest, because it had 2,400 followers. And everyone used to patiently wait for the next story. And I felt that when I'll tell them about the book, then 1000 books तो जानी है, मतलब 2400 लोग हैं, तो 1000 books I had thought कि 1000 books चले जाएंगे, because अभी इतने सारे लोग हैं and they are messaging me personally also and they are waiting for the story. So I thought कि 2400 में से 1000 तो हो जाएगा, लेकिन only 100 books went. And I was not that much disappointed though. But then what happened is, those 100 people who bought the books, they loved it so much that they said it to their friends. Ki yaar, this is a really nice book, which is written by one person who writes on Quora. And I feel that you should check it out definitely. And then through word of mouth, it started growing. And then it went on growing so much that I was invited to the IIT Kharagpur for giving a talk. So I think that pretty much sums up the ends are the end kind of joined. I had lost this dream, but then the people who were studying there, wished to hear from me. So वो सब हुआ वैसा हुआ फिर.
That's brilliant. So you started giving talks after the book, right?
Yeah, I was invited. I just go wherever I'm invited. I'm not that much of a speaker though, but I just speak out my heart whenever they come. And I tell them that I just go on the stage and I say ki if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask the questions that you cannot ask to your teachers, you cannot discuss with your parents, you cannot say to your best friends. Please ask them here. And for just 1 hour, will be pretty shameless, and you can ask whatever you want. And then they come up and they ask, and whatever the questions that I can answer, I do answer. And thankfully, they love it. And that is how actually my speaking sessions go. So I do not go there and talk about my journey and give different life lessons, but I just interact with them, and it's nice. It goes well actually, very well.
That's amazing. So you have a you have an interesting story about your book and publishing. What do
Yeah.
you think? What do you want to do next?
I just want to be very honest, a full-time mentor, because I really love learning from children. So full-time mentor, or establishing a mentoring firm, then side by side, working on a day job, I guess. So कोई भी day job, whether it is a content writing or whether it is something into mechanical, that and something that I really love, which is mentoring. So I think I would be loving to do, and I'm hoping to do this too. So establishing a mentoring firm within 1 year, and just doing a job, mechanical engineering.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. I also hope to
We
write though, but I hope that I get that courage to bounce back, because I have been discouraged so badly in the last 3 to 4 years. But then the people's response to the novel is, instilling that hopes in me. But the way various publishers behaved, the way I had experiences with the lawyers and the courts and the publishers and the parents. My parents were also very upset actually, because I did not tell them about all these things. And suddenly I asked them for money. Now I need money actually, because all my savings were wiped up. So at that time they were angry. So all these things actually somewhere discouraged, and I had left writing. But then I wish to get back to it someday soon. Yeah.
amazing. I'm sure that our listeners must have learned so much from you. And can you tell them where they can find you?
You can just Google campsite.bio/Pratik Shelke, or you can just Google Pratik Shelke. You can put Pratik Shelke on the Google, and I think various sites will pop up. The Quora, LinkedIn. You can find me on Quora. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can connect with me on Instagram. Then various. I mean, you'll just put Pratik Shelke on the Google, and you'll get it. Also, my book's name is again One Step Short to the Moon, and it's available on Amazon in the ebook as well as in the paperback format. And it's a 2 year journey of the IIT JEE aspirant who tries extremely hard for his dream and who is very passionate about it, but then due to certain things could not make it. So if you think that this is your story, then I think you would love what I've written, and you will very very much relate to it. So yeah, that's that.
That was really an insightful talk, Pratik. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
giving us your time and telling us about your stories, about publishing and writing the book.
Thank you. I'm very glad I could have this opportunity.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. If you learned something meaningful from today's episode, share it with your friends and do your bit to support them. Lastly, I love you and I hope you continue to shine.